Hi there, welcome to the introduction to Wapple Canvas video. I'm Rich.
And I'm Ben.
And today what we're going to do is show you a little bit of Wapple Canvas, talk to you about what it is, what it does, and show you some of the features. Well, what is it? Well, Wapple Canvas is a web-top tool for building mobile internet sites. I'm actually running in Firefox here. I was in full screen mode, and I'll go back into full screen mode so you can get a better look of it. And what it is, it's a web-top tool that allows you to create mobile internet sites using a simple interface for uploading graphics, putting in text, managing all your content, building pages, linking them together, and also managing a whole range of features from input forms to polls and all kinds of things that allow you to make really compelling mobile sites. The really cool thing about sites built on Wapple Canvas is that when they're delivered to mobile phones, they are all automatically optimized to any device that comes to visit them. When a phone comes and hits your site, we profile that device and we take the site that you've built in Canvas and we optimize it perfectly to that device, taking into consideration the screen size, the quirks, the bugs of the browser, the capabilities of the phone itself, and we deliver the optimal markup for that device. So even if it's a WML phone, you won't get anything like we're showing here on this copy of a site that was built on our platform. You'll get a WML version, but you will get all the functionality and all the features of the site as you define them. So without further ado, let's show you the heart of Canvas. So Ben, can we open up the page editor and we'll show people how pages are constructed.
Okay then, so just going to go into our page editor here. So as you can see, we've got a list of all of our various pages here, and we're just going to go and have a look at the home page.
Now straight away, this is pretty much how you manage everything in the site. All these coloured boxes that you can see are items connected with your site. And on this page we have the preview over on the right hand side of the page we're working on, which is the Ice Age 3 page. Well named, I think it should have been called the home page, but there you go. And on the left we have a number of chunks, and each one of those chunks relates to a particular item on the page.
So as we can see here, we've got all of our different chunks which can be expanded open to so you can see a number of different options that govern that chunk. As we're looking at a graphic chunk here, so we've got which graphic do we want to be choosing.
And we can see that straight away, can't we? We've got the Ice Age graphic over on the left hand side just there, and we've got the Ice Age graphic at the top of the page because it's the graphic at the top of our page.
Yes. So we've also got things like the graphic scale, but one thing that we can also do is if we just close that down, we can actually reorder these chunks at any point. So just drag that graphic down there, and then what we do is we go up to our save button and click on that, and as you can see we have an instantaneous change on the site.
Yeah.
So we've just moved the graphic down. Obviously it doesn't look very good at this point in time, but you can see how you can make a change instantly onto the site that is so therefore if somebody hits this site anywhere across the world at this point in time, they will now see the Ice Age Dawn of Dinosaurs logo right in the middle of the page.
Yeah, and they'll be well disappointed with that, so let's put that back at the top of the page. And actually I want to talk about the scale thing that we saw when you opened up the chunk settings. If I open up the chunk settings again, we can see there that it's at 100%. Now it's not a pixel width, this is the size of the graphic in relation to any phone that comes to view it. So if we change that down to something like 53% there and click save again, now we'll see that graphic back at the top, but we'll also see it at 53% of the screen size. Now if that's on an iPhone, that's going to be roughly 160 odd pixels. But if we saw that on an old Nokia 7210, that'd be about 40 pixels. So it's always relative to the phone that you're delivering to. And this again comes back to the whole build once, publish many thing. Now the page builder is very comprehensive. There are a whole range of different chunks that you can add to your site that all do different kind of things. We've got ad provider integrations, we've got billing integration, there are fact chunks, form feedback, gallery chunks for delivering videos and wallpapers and Java games. You can jump people to different pages, put in live videos. You can also group chunks together and reuse those groups all over the place. You can make phone calls from the page, integrate RSS feeds, chat boxes and shout boxes, put simple text onto the page as well if you want it, and even countdown timers. And the way you use these chunks together, it's almost infinite in the way that you can arrange them on the page and the way you can configure them, because every chunk has their own set of options. For example, the menu chunk we have here has different options to the graphic chunk. So we know what menu we're displaying, but we're also deciding the display mode for a menu, whether it's going to do icons, what the scale of the graphics and the icons are going to be, or a whole different range of options. And the way you use these chunks together really allows you to create incredibly diverse sites. What we don't have here is a templating system. Instead, we allow you to define exactly what you want on a site. We don't believe in cookie cutter sites where you put your logo on, you put your text, and everybody's site looks the same but just has a different logo on it. We believe in actually saying build whatever you want in any kind of crazy way that you want to go about it. Ben, should we have a look at some of the other features that we've got off the top menu? That's a page builder, but there are many pages and controls in Canvas. So if we just have a look at some of those. Within forms like the FAQ, you can define your FAQ items. You can also define polls. There are shoutbox capabilities to allow users to comment on your site, include feedback forms, voting. We also have WAPL capability, which is really for the techies out there, which is a programming language that allows you to define your own functionality. And we also have a whole range of asset management stuff. So if we go into the design menu, actually first of all, go to graphics, we can see in one view all the graphics that have been uploaded to the site. So that graphic that we manipulated first will be there somewhere. But if we open up one of those graphics, again similar to the chunks, you can open up the box and you can see the different options. In there, what we could do is we could simply upload a new graphic over the top of that one, and it would replace that everywhere we use it on the site. Here we've actually got 5 pages of graphics. There's a ton of graphical content on there. But it also works in the same way with text records as well. So if we scroll back up to the top and go to the text page, right, there's no text items on this one, so let's add one straight away. Adding a new item to your site is really easy. We'll give it an identifier. There we go, test, and write something funky, Ben. Very funky, fantastic. So now we've got a text item on our site, and now we can straight away put a text chunk onto the page. When we go through the addition thing, we'll make the chunk active straight away. We don't need to give it a name. We'll put it at the top, and because we'd only got one text item on the site, we'll use test. So now we'll say, yeah, okay, put that onto the page itself. And straight away now we're going to have Ben's text. Ah, okay, it's in black. Let's scroll over to prove it's there. Well, let's quickly, very quickly, get into the styling, and let's just go and quickly change that. There's a point and click style editor built into Canvas, and what we're going to do is we're going to go and select that item now, and we're going to change its text color to, well, Ben, what's your favorite color?
Oh, it's got to be blue.
Blue. That'll show up really well. There we go. So we can see that what we've done there is very quickly put some text into the platform. We've put it onto a page. We've changed its color. There's a ton more to Canvas. I mean, there really is. This is really just scratching the surface. If we go and have a quick look into the way we integrate with, well, let's put a URL in there. How do people get to the site? Well, straight away, whenever you create a site on Canvas, you get the ability to generate a URL straight off the bat. But what we'll do is we'll create a short URL. Demo Ice Age, and now you could type in wapple.net/demo Ice Age into your mobile phone, and you get to the site. We can see there it is listed on our homepage. Or you could use the full go.wapple.net domain with the K value on the end, which is the identifier for this particular site. Of course, you can use your own domain names. Inside Access, if we define domains, we'll add a domain to our site, one that we don't know anything about, new domain, whatever. Oh, that somebody's already done that one. I guess somebody else has already added a new domain. We'd best type in something that is not used by anybody else, something completely abstract. There we go. Abstract.com. Right, now we can see there straight away that abstract.com is resolved into somebody else's domain name. God knows where you go if you actually type that into a browser. It's their DNS rather. So what we'd need to do is we'd need to make sure that it actually resolves to the server IP as listed up here. But we could make it so that when people came in on that particular domain name, they would enter into a default particular language. We've only got English switched on for the site, but the site is completely multilingual. We could also set up what homepage they want to go to, or run a campaign so we could measure the effectiveness of that domain. Now this has been a really brief introduction to canvas, we've started on a site that already existed, and we've shown you a few features. What we'll do in the next video is we'll show you how to get started by adding some content to a blank site and start using some of the really exciting tools there are. So we look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Thank you very much for listening.
Cheers guys, bye bye.